Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Salette Sports Network, where we're going to be bringing you the Seaside game, where the Seaside is playing against Neuqua Wildcats, excuse me. I'm Michael McCall, and with me is brother Simon. Brother, how are you doing this afternoon?
Doing just fine, Michael. Doing just fine. A little heartbroken after the A-side game, but besides that, doing just all right. Are doing all right.
It was a very, very close game. They lost by 1 at the end of the game by a kick for 3 points. And so it's definitely a hard loss, but definitely a learning moment for us. Definitely better now so we can learn from it instead of later in the game. But quickly going to bring you the starting lineup for the Seaside game is number 1, Seamus Hanlon. Number 2, Roman Katsas. Number 3, Darren Esparza. Number 4, Carlos Speck. That's what we have. However, I do not know if he's currently starting. We'll get that to you in a second. Martin Sherberly, number 5. Joseph Cadano, number 6. Benedict Blood, number 7. Peter Agbaparone, number 8. Number 9, Cello Cruz. 10, Connor Hanlon. 11, Enzo Nice. 12, Marcel Lefebvre. 13, Sebastian Cook. 14, Henry Betts. And 15, Joseph Sumantri. And then for Neuqua, you can see a couple players in white shorts. They are players for playing for Neuqua. However, they're Lions players since the Neuqua Seaside did not have enough players on their lineup. As Neuqua is taking the ball, the Lions are going to have to really adjust on their defense. Neuqua's A side was definitely a big team, and they were able to hit hard. And so if the Seaside's anything like that, the Lions are going to have to really adjust to that. The Seaside team is coached by Coach Jason Lathier. And the Lions with the ball now, going the other way. Lions so close to the try zone, getting in there. Great rucking done by the Seaside team. And there we go. The Lions are finally able to find the try zone and put the ball in for 5 points.
That was actually some pretty good defense by the Lions there, and a very smart play by Sebastian Cook. He saw the opportunity to poach the ball, and that's what really helped them out within the 6th, 7th, I think it was like the 10th phase of Neuqua's offense. Cook was able to see that poach, took advantage of it, and just ran with the ball. Started momentum, and we got points up on the board, so that's good.
And we see a lot of things like that from the Lions. They have the fundamentals. They get them down very well, very early on in their career at Salette as a rugby player. And we see a lot of things like poaching that you don't usually see from Seaside teams, but with a great coaching staff, the Lions Seaside is able to learn those things early on and then perfect them by the time they're hopefully making the A-side team.
And just confirm that Carlos Speck is playing the number 4 position. Welcome back, La Salette fans. Sorry about the technical difficulties here. We had to rearrange some things. Battery had gone off, so we just fixed a few things. It looks like, La Salette fans, we have another wing breakaway, this time by Henry Betts, going through the Neuqua defense and scoring a try for La Salette. We are now up 26-0. And that kick by Sullivan was good. Bring the scores up to 28-0.
I was saying, you okay? You play 70 minutes, and then you try to break your hand on a table. Oh, I just bumped the table. Yeah, when he picked it up, he bumped it. Go get it, Kurt. Go get it, Bob.
Ball is picked up by Connor Hanlon. Connor goes into contact, goes down with the ball. Good placement. Picked up by his brother, Seamus the Moose Hanlon. However, it was stripped by Neuqua Valley. And Neuqua's forwards continue to punch it in. Neuqua's number 6 takes it in. Attempted poaching. Number 8 takes it in. Good defense by La Salette. Oh, that was a really nice effort on Carlos Speck here, trying to counter ruck, exposing the ball, forcing Neuqua to take up the ball again. Ball goes out to 10. Cuts back in. Weaves through the La Salette defense, goes down. We have Salo attempting to poach the ball. Ruck's been cleared, goes to number 8. Number 8 passes to number 7. Number 7 knocks it. Picks up by number 16, who knocks it again. And the Sir calls the knock with a scrum to La Salette. It looks like here we have a substitution. There were some changes here. It seems like Emmanuel Staus is in playing as flanker. And Anthony Carlisle playing as the inside prop. Carlos to Hanlon. Hanlon gives it a boot down the field. And Cook chases the ball with a nice tackle. Neuqua Valley manages to steal the ball. Secures it. Passes it off to number 19. Drives, lost the defense back. Number 8 takes the ball, goes into contact. Salo attempts to secure the ball. Actually, that was Henry Betts. A pick and go by Neuqua. Hanlon attempts counter ruck. Good attempt by Hanlon. Number 8 goes into contact. Taken down by Emmanuel Staus. Stolen by Henry Betts. Costas takes it in. Ruck secured. Sala passes the ball to Hanlon, who passes a bit too low, so Hanlon attempts to kick it, kicks it downfield. Picks up by Enzo Nice, who almost beats his guy around the side. Offloads it to Cook, who makes his way down the field. Saulo to Shorbely. It is a windy day, so the ball, Shorbely missed that ball. Connor passes it to Anthony Carlisle, who goes into contact. Saulo to Danny Sullivan. Offloads it to Henry Betts. Attempts to go off out on the outside. Saulo connects with Henry Betts, who manages to cut his way back in and goes and attempts to try. And the try has been awarded. That was really good seeing there by Saulo Cruz, supporting the wings on the outside, supporting Betts. Managing to connect him on the outside, taking the ball in, cutting back towards the center, and scoring the try. And that kick was good by Daniel Sullivan. Marcel again takes up the ball off the kickoff, goes into contact. Manuel South clearing the ruck, supported by Speck and Sam Green. Sam Green, who's a scrum half, goes into contact. Agbaperone seals the ruck. Pick and go by Carlos Speck, makes his way down the line. Goes down. Ruck is secured by Marcel. Green to Hanlon. To Cook. Who goes down. Green to Kotzis. Gains a meter. And the Sir called a penalty. And Connor opts for kicking it into touch off the penalty. Bringing the Lions about 8 meters from the try zone. Hanlon takes it in. Green to Cook. Offloads it to Sullivan. Taken up by Salo, who's playing the wing now. Runs to the outside, offloads it to Cook, who makes his way down again. Really good support here by the Lions. You have Benedict Blood taking up the ball, doing the pick and go off the scrum, off the ruck. Green connects with Hanlon, who passes it to Marcel. Marcel goes for the try underneath the uprights, and he makes it. And it seems like Lossler is making substitutions. Henry Betts will be heading off. And it looks like Sumantri and Joseph Romero are in. And we have Daniel Sullivan coming off the field. Carlos manages to pick up the ball up the kickoff, goes into contact. And it looks like Shorbely will be attempting a pick and go. Goes on the outside. Owen Whitehead, playing for Neuqua Valley, makes a tackle. Stouse picks up the ball for a pick and go. Kotsis goes in for the pick and go. Supported by Shorbely and Anthony Carlisle. Sir makes the call. Penalty given to Neuqua. And Hanlon attempts the tap. It looks like Connor took the ball in, manages to run into a few of Neuqua's defense, bumps into a few guys, goes into contact, offloads it to Cook, who makes the try. And instead of Sullivan, we have Samanchi making the kick, adding 2 more points to the score, making it 49-0. And the Sir called half. So the points now are 49-0 at halftime. We'll see you after a 10-minute break. Welcome back, Lost Salette fans. This is the second half of the Seaside game between the Lost Salette Lions and the Neuqua Valley Wildcats. Seems like there were a few substitutions here, and since Neuqua Valley didn't have enough players, Marcel Lefevre will be playing number 13 on Neuqua Valley, and it looks like Cadano will be playing for Neuqua Valley also. Now, off that kickoff, it looked like Lost Salette had made a knock-on, so that will be scrum for Neuqua. I apologize. That is not McDonald, but Cadano, who's playing for Neuqua on the wing position, to the right of Marcel. There's an 8-man pick off the scrum. Neuqua opts for the pick and go as Lost Salette stops their momentum. 9 to 10 to 12. Oh, an interception by Benedict Blood by Sebastian Cook as he's tackled by Marcel Lefevre, who then gets back up on his feet and goes in. And Martin Schoberly scores a try. And the kick was good by La Salette, the score being 56-0. We have Connor Hanlon playing as fullback also for Neuqua Valley. That will be scrum did not kick did not go past the 10-meter line, so that will be a scrum for the La Salette Lions. It looks like Thomas McInerney is playing fly half for La Salette. Cadano playing the inside center. Neuqua Valley manages to steal the ball. Goes into contact. 8-man does a pick and go off the ruck. And it looks like the ball was stripped by Roman Kotsis. It goes into contact. Ruck is secured. Carlisle does a pick and go on the weak side, supported by Seamus the Moose Hanlon. Ball goes out to Thomas Mackin. Passes to Cadano, who goes into contact. Attempts an offload, it seemed like. Goes down, places the ball. Good support there by Mackin. Clears that ruck. Misses. So unfortunately, that pass from the back to Samanchi got missed through all the backs, and the ball goes into touch. Nine goes to 10, makes contact with the inside center, who goes and holds on to the ball, breaks through the La Salette defense. Taken down by Sam Green. Actually, no, that was taken down by Alexander Trella, who again makes another tackle, taking down the forward as he crashes into the back line. There's attempted clearing a ruck by Manuel Staus. Good attempt there. Cardano takes up the ball for Neuqua. Pick and go off the ruck. Looks like there was a little switch there between the fly half and the 8-man. High tackle by Salette. Penalty given to Neuqua. Neuqua opts for the kicking into touch. This will be a 22 drop for the Lions. Saul makes the kick, connects with Henry Betts. Picks up the ball, goes into contact, makes a few meters. Costas does a pick and go, goes into contact and goes down. Supported by Shorberly. However, the ball goes out of the ruck, picked up by Neuqua. Shorberly clears out the ruck. Not releasing, so penalty given to Salette. Salo goes for the boot and goes into touch. And it looks like Roman Costas will be throwing the ball in for the line out. I believe this will be his first time. Calls Moose, picked up by Seamus the Moose Hanlon. Salo connects with Mackin, who goes into contact. Fast Mackin offloads it to Cadano, who goes into contact. Blinds playing quickly here as he connects with Sebastian Cook, who goes for the try and makes it. Score is now 61-0. Sumantre makes the kick, and it is good.
Go in for 20, send 20 to flank, and bring Michael up for a minute. Cesar. Michael! Fenwick! We're going to blow real quick. Go, boy!
Ball is picked up by Sam Green. Fends off a defender, goes into contact and goes down. Supported by Trella and Sebastian Cook. Cook goes for the pick and go. Goes into contact. supported by Benedict Blood and Trella. Salo to Mackin. Mackin breaks to the defense. Pretty fast this one. Mackin does a quick offload off the tackle to Shoberly, connects with him, and Shoberly goes for the try. It's really good. I must comment on seeing Thomas Mackin play. He's been eager to get onto the pitch, and it's good to see how he plays. Plays quick, he plays fast, and he plays pretty smart. He's able to connect with Shoberly on his left side as Connor Hanlon attempts to tackle and goes down, just offloads with one arm, connects with Shoberly, and Shoberly scores. And the kick by Sumantri is good, making the score 70-0. Ball goes up, connects with Marcelo Fever, playing for Neuqua Valley, goes into contact. Smart play there. Forwards attempt to pick and go. Lasso defense stops him. Another pick and go off the scrum. Attempted to offload. He goes down. A pass to one of the forwards who does another crash. Marcel to Owen to the wing on the outside, and the wing on the outside goes into touch. This will be a Salette line out. Again, Roman passes it down the line. The Moose takes the ball. Salo makes the kick, picked up by Connor Hanlon. Fly off attempts to break through the line, goes down. Pick and go off the ruck by the prop. Ruck is secured. A-man goes for the pick and go. Offloads it to the fly half, who goes down. Pass off to the A-man, who crashes it. Another pick and go by the forwards of Neuqua Valley. Passes to the backs. It seems like a knock on there on both sides. And it'll be a scrum to the Lions. Salo takes the ball for a pick and go off the weak side. Looks to connect with Sam. Breaks through. Doesn't offload to Sam because defense was there. Goes in contact and goes down. Neuqua Valley attempts to pick a poach and manages to poach it. Scrum half passes it off to the fly half. Fly half goes into contact and goes down. A crash by the forwards there and a knock to be picked up by Alexander Trella. Costas does a pick and go on the weak side. Salo to Mackin to McDonald, who punches through the defense to be taken down by Marcel and the inside center. Picked up by Thomas Mackin, who goes into contact again. Moose crashes into the defense, breaks through, goes down. Neuqua Valley attempts a counter ruck. Penalty given to Salette. Sebastian Cook scores. And the kick by Sumantri is good. Barnos is in the field playing for La Salette. As it gets windy here on the pitch, it seems like the backs are finding it more difficult to connect with each other. Shoberly breaks to the defense as Connor Hanlon attempts to bring him down, supported by Marcel. And it was just too little too late as Shoberly scores the try underneath the uprights. And it looks like Peter Agbaperone will be playing as number 22 for Neuqua Valley. The kick by Thomas Mackin is no good. The kick by Neuqua goes into touch. It'll be a line out to the Lions. Looks like Salo is the one being lifted here in this line out. I guess their Salette seems to be varying up their line out. There was a knock by Neuqua, and that will be a scrum to the Lions. Sullivan is playing a scrum half here, as it seems like Salo is playing either flanker or 8-man. Neuqua attempts to clearing out a ruck. Bornos takes up the ball, who breaks through the defense, goes into contact and goes down. Ball goes off to the outside as I believe Katsas goes into touch on the far side of the field. This will be a line out to Neuqua Valley. Neuqua takes it. Forwards crash into Salette forwards. Neuqua Valley attempts to take the ball on the weak side. And as the forwards pass down to the back line. Number 12 goes into contact. He's still up. And finally brought down. Still Neuqua's ruck. To be poached by Alexander Trilla. Penalty given to Salette. Looks like Owen Whitehead will be playing for Neuqua Valley, playing as flanker. Nice tackle there by Neuqua Valley as Kedana attempts to bring it into contact. Sullivan to Bornos. Bornos to Sumantri. Tackled by Marcella Fever. Sullivan connects with Mackin. Mackin connects. Oh, and interception was made by Neuqua Valley's 8-man, who passes it to Marcella Fever. Goes into contact. 8-man does another pick and go off the ruck. Goes down. Bornos almost strips the ball from the 8-man. 8-man recovers it. It is still Neuqua Valley ball. Peter Baperone picks up the ball, goes into contact to be tackled by Saulo Cruz. Pick and go off the ruck. Scrum half does a kick over the defense as is picked up by Trilla and lost by Trilla, but to be picked up again by Saulo Cruz, who goes wide on the far side of the field.
Sullivan to Mackin. Mackin passes it to Cadano. Cadano breaks the tackle, goes down by taken down by Peter Baparone. Passes it to Bornos to Sam Green, who cuts back in on the inside. He was to be stolen by Neuqua's fly half. Ball's out, waited too long. Owen Whitehead attempts to secure the ruck. Picked up by Neuqua's Locke, who goes into contact. Good rucking there by the 8-man, Neuqua's 8-man. Peter Baparone supports. 9 connects with 10. 10 passes it to the center. Center passes to the forward. Forward goes into contact. It is still Neuqua's ball as the inside center attempts to break through the line. Hell offloads it to the 8-man. 8-man goes down. Pick and go off the ruck. Driven back by Salette defense. Still Neuqua's ball. Neuqua passes it to Connor Hanlon, who goes into contact and goes down. Neuqua passes it to Owen Whitehead. Ball goes down the line. Offloads it to Peter Baparone, who attempts to drive through, goes down. Emmanuel goes into contact. Emmanuel Staus attempts to poach, and he manages to do it. Anthony Carlisle picks up the ball as he breaks through the defense. Trips up a little bit, goes into contact. Sullivan makes contact with Mack, and he makes contact with Cadano. Cadano makes a few meters and goes up. Trilla Blood supports. Sullivan connects with Bornos. Bornos to Samantri. Samantri to Roman Katsas. Goes on the outside and drops the ball on the outside. Oh, that was some heartbreaking moves there by Roman Katsas. However, I think he may have gone into touch. Seems like there's an injury here. I think it's actually Connor Hanlon, one of our players. So we a line out to Neuqua Valley. Skyhoff passes to the fly half to the center. Baparone picks up the ball. It's picked up by Marcel. Marcel passes it onto the outside. The wing is tackled by Sam Green. Henry Betts picks up the ball, breaks through the defense. Neuqua offloads it to Carlos Speck. Score awarded to Carlos Speck. We have a few substitutions here for La Salette as Cook comes back in, subbing in for Blood, and Lorenzo Nice comes in, subbing in for Bornos. But the sir calls it game. Final score being 87-0. Well, that's it, folks. This is our Seaside game versus Neuqua Valley. We hope to see you next Friday in the game against Morton.